So the first thing I do after I've chosen a color is I get a lot of color pencils. So I have a whole bunch of Prismacolors. You can use any color pencil brand you want. I got whites, browns, yellows. My eye will mostly be green, so I got a bunch of greens. I got tans. I got light browns like milk chocolate brown, dark chocolate brown. So get a whole bunch of colors, like even colors you don't think you need. And then to color in my pupil, you can either use a black color pencil or a marker works really good too. And I do use the hand sharpeners, mostly because I'm lazy and I don't want to get up a bunch of times. So find the hand sharpener that you have either in your kit or in your bin. And you might want to pre-sharpen a couple of your pencils and get ready to go. So get your coloring materials ready to go. I don't know why I do this first, but I choose a dark color. Could be a brown, a blue, a purple, a green. And I outline my iris. So you can turn your hand or you could turn your paper, but I start by outlining my iris. The colored part of my eye, the circle, the outer circle. And I just outline it with a pretty dark color. You can look in the mirror and see what color your outline is, or you can make it up. I often see with a lot of my friends with brown eyes that they seem like they have almost a blue or purple or green outline. So there's a photograph of somebody with brown eyes. I definitely see blue. Everybody sees colors differently, but you might be really surprised when you look close at your eye. What color is the outside of your iris, or what color do you want it to be? And push hard with the colored pencils. Scary, right? I'm watching you. Then I try to notice if there's any shapes inside of the iris. I've looked at some of my students who look like they have flower petal eyes. Like around their eyes, they have these little wiggly flower petals. Some people have lots of lines, but some are short, some are longer. So the next thing I do is I look at either my eye or an eye I'm drawing, and I try to notice if there's any little shapes inside. And when you start to draw some of these shapes, your iris might remind you of like citrus fruit, like a slice of orange or something. It's pretty cool. And we learned yesterday that the iris is mostly muscle, and it's like the only muscle you can see in your body without surgery or injury. And then I pick some colors to color in my awesome shapes with. My eye petal shapes. Is that even a thing? She's making up vocabulary. Really, they're muscle fiber shapes. So color in your muscle fibers with whatever colors you want. Ooh, this is so exciting. And I am pushing pretty hard again. And I'm adding lots of cool little shapes. And they're radiating out from the center. This is more of a radial balance design. So radiating out like a firework, like the wheel of a bike. I don't know, pizza. Radiating out. Woo! Explosion of eyes. Look at all those colors. That's awesome. Wow. If anybody needs colors, like Scott's the go-to guy. Then my next step for me is to start to fill in the main color, but I'm going to do that with multiple greens. So I'm going to start to color in, but I'm not going to press as hard this time because I'm going to layer. And when I'm coloring in my greens, I am trying to turn my hand or turn my paper. So whatever color you're using as the main color radiates out from the center again. So I'm coloring with lines that radiate out. And this isn't always the case, but if you look on the screen, the green eye that I'm kind of looking at, it almost looks like the center, like the icing on the donut, is a little lighter. Everybody's eyes are different. but sometimes you do get a center ring that's a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use some lighter and some white color pencils to try and blend and make just the middle kind of light. So I'm using my white and I'm pushing hard. And just in the middle, kind of like icing on a donut, I'm pressing hard with the white to kind of lighten the middle area. I know I'm going kind of quick. Then I'm going to feather in and try to blend some green between the dark outline and the white icing. And again, it might be easier to turn your paper. Yeah. So great question. Do color pencils blend together? Yes, but they really only blend with each other. And that's also why I'm using the white color pencil to blend. They don't blend really well with a tissue. Like yesterday we were blending and smudging our regular pencil with the tissue. Color pencils don't really do that. So I'm almost using the white color pencil like the tissue to kind of pick up and blend. They do have colorless blender color pencils you can get, but again, it's blending with another color pencil. So that was a great question because it is different than blending with a regular graphite pencil, which is very easy to smudge. And really, the biggest thing about drawing your iris is layering, using lots of colors, mixing, and adding as much detail to it as you can, just to make it look cool. Do you have to? No way. You could do your own thing. But hopefully you're enjoying this process. Hopefully you're practicing. You're trying something new that maybe you've never done before. And just play. What's the worst that can happen? A wonky drawing? Who cares? Who cares? Now I'm adding some brown because why not? Why not? Add purple. What happens if you add purple? Just try it. Be brave, artists. Wow, we have a lot of time. We are rock stars. I love this. I'm going to take a minute because I think I'm going too fast. Just slow down a little bit. Have fun. Look at some irises. Yeah. Nice job, everybody. Ooh, you look so good. Love it. Fitting your schedule. A white one? Oh no. I ordered a ton for next year. I'm gonna break one out now. Hopefully somewhere. Then the next thing that will really help you feel like your drawing is coming together is coloring in the pupil, the black circle in the middle. You can do it with colored pencils. You could do it with marker. If you're using marker, just make sure there's nothing on the back of your paper. If there is, just use a black colored pencil instead. So really color in that pupil. And that's usually the moment where it's like, oh my gosh, this actually looks like a real eyeball. The reflection. I didn't outline it with black. I kind of outlined mine with whatever the main color of my iris was. Does that kind of help you? I mean, my reflection got a little small, but that's okay. And there it is with the black pupil. Looks way less zombie-like, which is nice. And then from there, you get to decide what you want to do with the rest of your eye. Sometimes it's really fun to do the rest of the eye with pencil. So I'll leave that up to you. You could leave your colored iris as the only part of your eye that has color, and you can do some pencil shading on the rest of your eye, or you can use your colored pencils and you can add skin color, eyelash color, eyebrow color with colored pencils, or you can do a combination of both. So the finishing, I'm going to leave up to you since this is a practice drawing, and you can do whatever you want, and I encourage you to try things. Stretch and explore today. Try something new.